Well. Thank you everyone for tuning into this. This is just going to be a general overview of the T-Mobile home internet. What I'm going to do is basically go through the home page and actually some of the frequently asked questions, and just take a look at it and see if I can give you guys insight on why this is something that may be useful for the RV community now. This is something that had changed recently. Before they had a clause that said that it could not be moved from one location to another, and that is not the case. It was always something that they said it would turn off before. It wasn't something that was strictly enforced. However, now the stand is that if you move it to a new location, as long as it has coverage, it will work. You still would want to register or change your address. That will just help as far as troubleshooting. However, you are allowed to move this device around, which means that it might be a viable solution to some of us who are in the RV community or just travel, camping, whichever way. The mobile community, I should say. But real quick, like I said, we're going to go through this. One of the first things that come up on the page is to check for availability, and this is by clicking the button here or here. When you initially sign up for the device, you will need to have an address that does qualify for a standard service. Now, this will be something that has some 5G coverage in your area and 4G LTE. So you would need to get that first. Now, once you get the device in your hand, that's when you're able to move around with it. Now, there may be some type of like a charge for the line, and you do pay the first month up front. So you have sometimes you have a line charge and you have your first month. And again, this is the monthly cost right there. So it's $50 a month with auto pay, 55 if you elect just to pay. Internet freedom is something new that they came up, and they've also have a different plan now for businesses where they didn't have that before. So this is going to be a consumer level product right here, and basically this is how you do it. They say breaking up with your provider is easy. It's 15-minute setup from your box to browse. Basically, the device does come as simple as plugging it up. If you're using the default username and passwords on the bottom, once you plug the device up and it gains a signal, you connect using the Wi-Fi key or Wi-Fi password with your devices, and you are up and running. So literally that's all you have to do. Now, there is a home internet app which I've actually talked about in another video. I did some of the pieces on it before, but it's good to have that, and you could always change your default settings as far as your SSIDs and your Wi-Fi passwords. Now, here they have this. They call it the worry-free test drive. Basically, it's just the remorse plan that they have, just reworded. So if you want to, they call it the test drive. Basically, what you do is as long as you cancel within 15 days, there's no charge, for the device. You'll be able to cancel it, and basically that's the remorse period that they have for this. They also talk about the zero cost to switch, the 500 up to $500 in termination fees from your existing carrier, and you can see here it's a virtual prepaid card that takes 8 weeks for this. So there is a link there that you can kind of get more details on that. Again, we said that the price is locked in. It does not have a contract with it, and you don't pay a monthly fee or anything for the equipment. There's no charge for that like I said, there is a sometimes there's a line charge, and you do prepay the first month, even though it's a postpaid account. Speaking of prepay, we'll talk about that a little bit further down. They do have some type of promotions here, as you can see, live TV with YouTube TV. I will tell you up front that Hulu Live does not really work on this particular device the way it should. The other thing that you may have an issue with are going to be some type of gaming consoles. Personally, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for that. They don't have a lot of abilities to turn on UPnP or any type of NAT situations or anything like that. So these are things that I don't know if I would necessarily say this is the one for everyone. However, it is. I've been using it now for 8 months. I've used it in at least 5 states as I've gone around and done different things. So it's been working for me. Let's see, special offers for being a home internet customers, T-Mobile Tuesdays. Some of these other things you'd have to check those out. I'm not so familiar with these as far as like getting the home internet for $30 a month if you get 2 lines. So they have, they do have some promotions and things like that. The one thing that they don't have is you don't get your first month free. That's something that's a misconception. That's not it. But these are the things I was talking about as far as if you have a small business and you want to get it for your business. They have different plans that are available for you in that situation. They have different price points and different limits. As far as the limits, as far as data, there is no caps that you have, so you don't have to worry about that. But I'll explain some of the priority and things like that in a little bit later, because that does come into play. So I do want to say, if you have any questions about anything, please feel free to shoot a question. I'll respond back to you regarding the T-Mobile home internet product, and see if it is a good fit for you. If you could like this video, that would be fantastic. I will have some different videos coming out, so if you want to subscribe to our channel, we'll deal with some of the technical things, and we are this is like our personal channel, so I talk about some technical things here, but we also talk about the how it works with us as far as traveling around and just living our lives the best way we can. So I mentioned before about the prepaid thing. If you wanted to have a prepaid model, um, Metro by T-Mobile is the prepaid home internet. So basically, if you wanted to get a prepaid model as opposed to postpaid, you can always do that through Metro. So Metro is the one that has prepaid for that. So and the other thing about Metro and that prepaid, any of the government plans that they have, like the ACP program, that is not handled directly through T-Mobile. If you're looking for home internet, that would go through the Metro brand. So Metro is the one that handles those government discounts, like the EBB that they had last year. So now it's ACP. So ACP is being handled through there. I'm going to take a quick look at the frequently asked questions and see if I can answer those for you. The first one, what is home internet? Basically, it's a home internet product that they have. The gateway has 2 LAN lines on it, so 2 Ethernet connections on both of the models that they have, 5G and the 4G LTE signal. So they have a primary and a secondary signal. How much does the T-Mobile internet plan cost? That is $55 a month, $50 a month for auto pay. It says, is there a data cap on the T-Mobile home internet service. There is no data cap on the T-Mobile home internet service. There is a priority that you have to look at, and the home internet device is going to have a lower priority than phone service. So any phone traffic that they have in an area is going to have a higher priority, which means that if you are in a congested area or on a congested tower, that you may not see the best service for the home internet because it will not have the same priority level as the phones. So again, there is no data cap. However, your phones, if you were in an area that had congested because of maintenance or just whatever, if it was a congested area or time, you may see that your phones work fine and your home internet does not, and that there's a reason for that. What speeds can I expect from T-Mobile home internet? They actually say from 33, I believe. Let's pull that one up. The typical speeds, they say from 35 to 115 megabits per second. That's what they have as far as that. You could never tell. That's going to be based on a whole lot of things. When it comes to towers, congestion, your location, where you are, if you're off the grid, there's a lot of things that's going to affect that. The one thing that has proven to be effective in some rural areas where people just, I mean, their only option was, some form of satellite or nothing, or old DSL or anything. So even if it wasn't at the 35, it was still higher than what was available. So that is what T-Mobile says, 35 to 115 megabits, and I would say that personally that I fall into that category. Okay, it says, well, so can you purchase higher speed service? No, you cannot. This is not like the cable provider where you can say I want up to 100 gig or 400 gig or 500 gig. It's not that type of service. This is a mobile internet device, and so that's one of the reasons that the Hulu Live does not work. The regular Hulu does, but the Hulu Live does not, and that's because it doesn't designate it as a home. It designated like a mobile, and you know that you have to have a specific home for Hulu Live, so that's the reason that does not work. The other thing is on the personal accounts, there is no way of getting a static IP address. That's not an option. And there is no, if you look at the settings, there's no way to turn, depends on which model you have. One model you can't even turn off the broadcast. You can connect routers on behind it, but there is no way to put it in a DMZ port or anything like that. So there's no advanced or even basic routing functions that you'll have access to on this gateway modem. Other ways I cannot use the T-Mobile home internet. It's not designed to be a constant connection like machine to machine or anything like that. No mining or anything that you would want to do there. So they do have a couple of things that they will not allow you to do, and you'll be able to look at that once you get into it a little bit more. The upload speeds, let's take a look at that. The upload speeds are usually not as high. There you go, between 6 megabits and 23. I am closer to the 6 personally, so, and I've really never seen anything close to 23 when I've used it. And how soon can I use my T-Mobile home internet after I move? Again, this is what we were saying, that this is why this may become a viable solution to those of us who travel around and enjoy living life on the road. Because as long as the T-Mobile internet is available at the new address, you can use it as soon as you can. So they do have a number here to confirm availability at your new address. If you move without notifying us, then we may not be able to provide service to you. Again, you would want to just update your address if you're going to be, in a specific spot for any amount of time. So again, If you have any questions, do further explanation about anything I may be able to assist you, please leave a comment below, and please like. And like I said, I'll have some videos going forward. This one is just specifically for the T-Mobile home internet, and we're actually going to be putting some of our travel videos up here soon too as well. So I just want to say happy traveling, and we always want to know, check and see, let us know if you're heading our way, because we may be heading yours. Thank you.